again with another video. In today's video, we will be doing the review to The Flash Season 4, Episode 2. So let's get right into it. Oh, by the way, you guys like my Star Labs jacket? I know, well, hoodie. Okay, so it starts off with a guy. He looked like his name Andrew, so I'm gonna just call him Andrew. This guy named Andrew, he's up in Felicity's apartment, and he's trying to buy her apartment or whatever. And so he ended up like, okay, I'm gonna buy it to the little real estate lady. And she like, okay, just come fill out this paperwork. And he's like, what? I can't hear you. I don't know how to work this elevator. And so like, he get into the little elevator, and it ended up going up and down, 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 up and down. Okay, and so and then this old Betty White looking lady, and she ended up screaming bloody murder, like, oh my god, somebody, okay. And then it goes to Barry, and so we about to watch that scene right now.
Whoa. No. Huh?
Barry.
Hey.
Oh, that is cute. That look. Something just fell out of my mouth. Oh my god, that is cute. That little I don't even know what to call it, because that's not lingerie. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know, but it's cute. Whatever it is.
Oh, Jon Snow died. Oh, he's alive.
Oh. Here I was thinking you'd need a jump start for your loopy brain.
No, brain good. All of me is good. Joe needs me. Crime scene.
Oh, that's okay. I should probably get started on our neglected wedding plans. It's gonna take me forever to get to this binder, so...
Oh, no, don't worry about it. I'm done with it.
You're done?
Yeah. I locked in a caterer. I got you your favorite flowers. I put a deposit on a venue with an amazing view. I got that 7-tier raspberry chocolate cake.
Well, I guess you've got everything covered.
So my lovely fiance can remain stress-free.
I think any girl would be happy that their man did that. I think any woman would be happy that their man did something like that. Like, oh, what? Okay. Okay, little boy. Or whatever, you know. Okay. So, it ended up going to Joe Sing, Captain Sing, and Barry over here like, oh my god, it's such a beautiful day. I had some fruit and some cereal, some Lunchables, some cookies, some other, you know, all that. And they ended up seeing the dude, and they was like, whoa, this guy was shaken to death. He was shaken to death. Andrew was shaken to death, okay? And then Cisco come, and he like, oh my god, like, why didn't you guys tell me I can't eat my sriracha no more? And then he like, oh, this is a hacker. A hacker did this, blah, blah, blah.
The Cortex's quantum algorithm should decrypt this code in no time. That should help us ID our new hacker. But while we wait, I got a little welcome back gift for you.
Come. Welcome to your boy. That was my favorite. Come. Walk with your boy.
Kablam!
I mean, that was cool reveal and everything, but I've seen that suit. I've actually already worn it.
Yeah, we all know you gave Barry suit.
Don't be jealous, Wally. Bless you. Thank you.
I've built in self-repairing armor, nano-liquid circuitry, full-spectrum scanning, and a whole bunch of other big words, chief among them, your very own custom-made HUD. This thing is loaded with maps, schematics, delivery menus. You know that Thai place you love so much?
Yeah, the one with the Patsy U.
You know how we patsy do.
Dude, this is awesome.
Nerds.
Well, lucky for you, I even wrote you an instruction manual.
Yay.
Come on, we're not cavemen.
Really good work.
I know.
I'll look at this later. I gotta get back to CCPD, and you can blame this on Cisco, but I'm thinking Thai tonight.
Ooh, honestly, babe, I'd probably be too tired to eat out after our evening training session.
I canceled that, yeah. Don't worry about that.
Well, you saw her face. She said, what? Excuse me? Excuse me, what did you say? I didn't hear you. What? Her face. You can see it all over her face, like. Okay, let's pause for a second. I don't care what anybody says. That part was creepy. For Caitlyn to just be like, oh my god, I'm so glad to have Barry back, right? Like, what the, like, girl, where you come from? Where did you come from, Caitlyn? Like, that was weird. She was, I maybe she was eavesdropping, but I don't understand how she noticed in that quick of a moment that something wasn't right between Barry and Iris. I just didn't understand that, like, because episode 1 they were fine, and now episodes like, and then on top of that, we don't know not the brackets, but the length of time that he's been back. Like, we just know by episode, so we think like, oh, this the next day, but we don't know. This could be the next week. This could be 2 days later. So we don't really know, and so maybe that's why she noticed. I'm trying to give her the benefit of doubt and not make her seem like a creepo, and her just watching that dialogue of them, of Iris' facial expression, and just automatically know. So maybe it's been kind of brewing for like a day or two. I don't know. And Iris and Caitlin just caught on. I don't know. But let's continue. And might I add that Iris outfit, girl. I told y'all that Iris outfit I told y'all that Iris wardrobe was just gonna get better and better. I told y'all that. And it is. That's a bomb outfit. I don't care. It looked like she went to Fashion Nova. Especially her shoes. I was like, oh girl, you got them shoes for Payless? And don't take that offense, because Payless is not Payless no more. They should call Pay More, because Payless is be like $50 for some shoes. I used to go to Payless all the time for church shoes. Now it costs like $50. And they used to start at $15, $12, $15. Now they shoes cost like $50 now. Like, y'all not Payless no more. I'm sorry.
Unauthorized breach incoming. We gotta move.
Don't change.
You know, and I didn't notice that Caitlyn was doing that. I didn't notice that because people were saying, oh, it's kind of like the Hulk thing, like, don't go green. And so she like, don't go bad, or whatever, don't go ice, or don't go white. Whatever. But I kind of like that. I'm liking that they doing that little spin with Caitlyn where she can control her powers, but it's getting kind of hard now that she's back with Star Labs. I can't wait to see her little storyline with Amulet or whatever, and that little dude with the no eye, Robert or whatever his name was. I don't really know, but I can't wait to see Caitlyn's storyline. I want her to turn into Killer Frost, but I want her to turn into Killer Frost but be on our side. Like, I don't want her to turn into Killer Frost and be against us, you know? So hopefully she can find a way to control it where she's on our side, because that would be tight. I can't wait to see Danielle Panabaker get back in her little uniform. So there's this guy. He looked like the guy from Power Rangers. This guy from Power Rangers who is driving a Tesla, by the way. I love Teslas. He's driving a Tesla, and Kilgore, I like saying his name. I don't know why. Kilgore is trying to kill him or whatever. We still don't know why yet, but he's trying to kill this little Power Ranger man. And so Barry ended up, Iris ended up, okay, y'all both need to get out there. And he's like, I got this. It's only one car. And so he go out there, guns are blazing, and he ended up turning the man, turning the wrong way. And, you know, Barry has been going for 6 months, so, you know, they've been doing construction on that road for 3 months. And he ended up having to break the whole Tesla down. And, you know, that part was fun. I thought that part was hilarious. But, yeah, that was just another point that made Iris like, okay, he not. Gypsy's there. Gypsy is there. And she opened the breach, and everybody like, oh, my God, who opened the breach? And I thought that Iris was bad as hell holding that gun. And then Wally was like, you ready? And she was like, for anything. And I was like, oh, girl, you better go ahead. You better go. And then, yeah, so Gypsy is there, and Cisco ain't paying her no attention, talking about, babe, you ready for our date? And I was like, dang, they've been dating for that long, 6 months? I didn't know that. And so she like, babe, you ready to go on our date? He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I got something to do, but just wait right here or whatever. So she waiting. And so Cisco and Caitlyn end up finding out that it's whatever his name is, Kilgore. I don't know. I don't remember the man's name. I was calling him Kilgore. Kilgore. They all associated because they stole some software from him and they sold it to a company and got billions, and now they rich. Blah blah blah. So Barry come back to Star Labs, and I'm about to watch that scene right now when Iris finna talk to him. Okay. Woo.
I gotta talk to you for a second.
Hey, about what happened, I am sorry. I should have listened to you. It's just sometimes when I'm out there, things move so fast, and I'm really excited to be the Flash again. Anyway, I hope you're not mad. And you are. You're mad, aren't you?
No, I'm not mad. I just think with us being engaged and now we're working together, that it's more important than ever that we communicate.
I completely agree.
Good, because Caitlin mentioned something earlier and I sort of dismissed it, but now I'm really thinking that it could help us.
What is it?
Well, you know what? Pause. That little boy. Oh, that little boy is nasty. And it was very subtle. It was very subtle. So only adults, you know, teenagers and adults could really catch on to what the hell he was insinuating, and his little smirk that he had on his face. Like, what is it? You little, oh boy, you so nasty. You so nasty. Like right there in the lab, like right there in the hallway, so everybody can see. Right there. Hello, have some standards, Barry. Okay? She wasn't talking about that. She wasn't talking about sex. Okay, let's continue. His whole facial expression changed, bro.
We're not like in trouble, are we?
No, of course not. I just think that any couple that's doing everything we're doing could use some advice. We're just talking about it, too. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Sure. Right, yeah, no, I mean, if it's sure, if it's what you want to do, then sure, yeah, let's try it.
Great, because we've got an appointment in 30 minutes. I'll get my purse.
What?
Hi, Iris.
Oh, by the way, this is the mom from Even Stevens. I didn't know until like I was like, why does she look so familiar? I didn't really grow up watching Even Stevens like that. It wasn't really my zhuzh. I was more of a Kim Possible, Lizzie McGuire, That's So Raven, The Proud Family type of chick. Didn't really like Even Stevens like that. I did watch the movie though. But yeah, that's the mom from Even Stevens, and she is hilarious. And I like her voice. I like her voice on here for some reason.
But I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not okay.
And the producers of the show really hyped this scene up. But I felt like it was kind of overhyped because by the time we got to the full episode, they had showed us everything about the therapy scene until like the major last part. That was the only part they didn't show us, was the major last part, Iris part. But they pretty much showed us the whole scene of the couples therapy.
Yeah, it's been a long road getting here. First, us growing up together, and then I was engaged to someone else.
Were you really? I mean, in your heart of hearts, okay. But in reality, boo-boo, you weren't engaged. I mean, Reverse Flash threw the ring away, and Eddie never got a chance to ask you. He got on one knee, but he never got a chance to ask you. So, were you really engaged?
To see me today.
Well, Iris and I, we recently started working together. You see, I went away for a while on
A business trip.
business trip for 6 months, and I guess now, yeah, we're just learning to get back in sync, to sync up again. Is that right?
Well, there's no right or wrong, Barry.
Right.
I think we could work on listening a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
Or else someone could get really hurt. You know, like if they crash their car into a brick wall going 100 miles per hour.
She means that emotionally.
Do I?
Ah, that was my part! Do I? Wait, what happened? What happens? Okay. Okay, so it ends up going to Joe, and I'm about to watch this scene right now, but I want to talk about something real quick. In the scene that I'm about to watch, Joe accidentally bumps into Kilgore. He accidentally bumps into Kilgore or whatever, and the brother, old boy got on a hoodie, and he looked disheveled, and he looked strange. And you're in a police department looking like that, and nobody's gonna stop him. I know you're not supposed to be prejudiced. I know you're not supposed to be looking at people like that. And you know, me being black, I am fully aware of not judging people by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. But come on, bro. He looked like a suspect. He had his hoodie on. He looked disheveled. He looked scary. And he was like, oh no, it's not a problem. It was my fault. Or whatever he was saying. He just looked weird and was scary, and I didn't like it at all. If I was a policeman, I'd be like, bro, who was that? I don't know, man. Go check him out. Go talk to the brother. Go see what he about. I'm just saying. Oh no, I skipped it because I got mad, so I deleted that part and I just went straight to this part.
I mean, everyone loves a billionaire, right? No, I have no idea.
But yeah, he the one that did the little bomb thing. Everybody running.
So, what would you say your goals are for this session?
Well, I just want to know that Barry hears my concerns about our issues with miscommunication.
I gotta go.
You gotta go. He's gotta go.
Yeah. Sorry, this was... Sorry.
You're gonna write down that he ran out of here, aren't you?
Yes. I like her. I like her voice. Yes. Yes, I am. Nobody else like her accent? Well, it's not really an accent. It's just her little swang, her little tang, her little way of talking. Shit. Now, this part was tight. I love the show when they do stuff like this. When they slow down everything. Like, I would love to just sit down and just watch them do special effects. Like, I would just love to just watch them do this. Because I don't care. This scene was so dope to me.
Everybody okay?
I don't know, it must have been a dud.
Okay, so Cisco keeps forgetting about Gypsy. Now I didn't realize this, but this episode happens in one day. I didn't realize that I definitely realized that when it came to Barry and Iris and everybody else on the team, but I didn't realize that when it came to Cisco and Gypsy. Like, I think it has been some days. This girl has been in Star Labs for hours waiting for them to go on their date. Hours. She is one dedicated girl because, honey, 2 hours. Okay, I'm pushing it. An hour, I probably would have left. I probably would have like, it's okay. I'll come back next year. It's okay, you know? But we don't, like, it seemed like their science stuff was taking a long time, so we don't know. She could have been there for 5 hours just waiting on him. And so she finally like, babe, like, what's going on? Like, what's taking so long? And he like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to cancel our date. Like, I'm running out of time. Like, I really can't find the time to, you know, stop right now because I'm trying to figure out this thing. And so, like, she like, you know, it's fine, it's okay. You know how girls are. You're like, it's okay, it's fine. And so he was like, she is so cool. She's the coolest girl ever. And Caitlyn, I'm glad she snapped him out of there. Like, boy, no, like, that's not what that means. Like, she is totally not fine with it. Okay, and so it goes back to, oh my God, this was my favorite part. So don't talk during this part because it's my favorite part. It goes back to Barry and Iris, so let's watch.
We're back. That was quick, even for me. Inside joke between us.
Work emergency aside, I have a sneaking suspicion that you'd rather be somewhere else.
I don't see how she could tell that just by, I mean, yeah, she's a therapist, it's her job, but I was thinking it was more of an awkward thing rather than him not wanting to be there. That's how I felt. But then I guess she, you know, she's doing her job. I guess he really didn't want to be there.
No. Don't hold back. Turn to Iris, look her in the eyes, and tell her what you wanted to say.
I don't know. Well, I said I was sorry about this morning.
Iris, turn to Barry, talk to him.
It's not just this morning, Barry. You canceled training the other day without asking me.
Training?
Swimming.
marathon.
It's a triathlon. Anyway, I didn't think canceling training was that big of a deal.
Yeah, but you made all of those wedding plans too, and you didn't consult me.
I was trying to be a good fiance. Yeah, but I think most brides would be happy that their future spouse.
True. All true. All very true, Barry. Yes.
Look, I don't know. I mean, I guess our wires have gotten crossed a few times the last few days, but I think that hardly rises to the...
So it's been a few days. So that's how Caitlyn noticed, because it's been a few days. Okay.
Barry and Iris were the gold standard. I am so in
Then how could you leave me? You left me, Barry. You just left me. Standing there alone. How could you do that?
He was speechless, I was speechless, and I think every other viewer was speechless watching this. Like, you know what? And let me say something. Let me put my phone down, because this is how serious this conversation is about to get real quick. When this episode aired, there was a lot of people, more than usual. You know, people always been hating on Iris ever since season 1. I'm used to that. Iris and Joe are both my favorite characters besides Barry, because obviously he's the main character. But them two are my favorite characters besides him. And so Iris has always gotten hate ever since season 1, but I think this episode particular, people are just dogging her. When I tell you, I've seen so many negative things on Tumblr, on social media in general. I saw so many things towards Iris that weren't positive at all, like calling her a bitch and just saying just unnecessary things. And people were saying, what was the point of them going to therapy? Like, they could have just talked about that. Or why is Iris the leader? Why is why? And the thing that I have to say is, I totally agree with Iris snapping on Bear. I totally agree with her and how she feels. Because first of all, you have to understand, when they write, when the writers are writing for their characters, they have to also remember what they wrote for them in the past and write it for the present as well. They have to remember everything that they wrote back then and put it to the present right now. So when Iris snapped on Barry, I felt like she had every right to say everything that she said. Yeah, it was for the greater good. He saved the world and everything, but he did not consult her about it. And that was the main issue. That was the issue that they had in their relationship in season 3. That was the issue that she had in her relationship with Joe in season 1. And you guys have to understand that no one has ever consulted, nobody has ever thought about Iris, nobody has ever thought about talking to Iris about anything. They just do it to protect her. Everybody wants to protect Iris, everybody wants to save her, everybody wants to keep her out of the loop. So yeah, girl, go ahead, say what you want to say. And a lot of people have died that were close to her. First of all, it started with Barry in a coma, so she lost her best friend when she lost her best friend for 9 months. And then with Eddie committing suicide, that was another rash decision that he didn't talk to her about. Then her mother abandoning her and then coming back into her life and dying, that was another thing. And then now Barry. I just felt like people were overreacting. And I'm gonna say this too. I felt like majority of the people that were overreacting, calling Iris out her name and saying, like, what was the point of this scene? This scene was stupid, were teenagers and little kids, like 10-year-olds and up. 10-year-olds to teenagers were saying stuff like this, like children that don't understand what abandonment means. People that don't understand anything about relationships. They don't understand about 50-50, you know? So that's why I always say, and I'm gonna continue to say, that I wish it's just something, I don't, you know, the show is great how it is, but I just wish that the show was on a cable channel like HBO or Stars, because you could do way more stuff, you know what I'm saying? You could do way more stuff and explain it better and have a bigger budget for things. You know, it would be a lot of good things that came out of The Flash, the TV show, being on a bigger network. But the show is still good the way it is. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like people complain too much. Like, if you complain, then don't watch the show. Don't watch the show. It's okay to dislike certain things here or there, but if you're just negative about the show, why are you watching it? That's how I feel, especially about a character that you know in your heart of hearts isn't going anywhere. Like Iris, she's not going anywhere. This is her job, okay? She's his lightning rod. She's not going anywhere. Get over it. I can understand Julian because Julian didn't really matter. So it was okay if you disliked or liked his character. But that's like saying you don't like, that's like saying you don't like Joe. Joe ain't going nowhere. Iris definitely can say whatever the hell she want to say when it comes to Barry, because that's her man at the end of the day. And not only just because that's her man, she's known him since he was a child. So she has every right to feel the way she feels. She has every right to feel abandoned by Barry, by him going into the Speed Force without talking to her. And in the scene that I'm gonna watch a little down the line, it's just simple. It's just simple. And I felt like people just don't understand because everybody is allowed, like any and everybody is allowed to watch The Flash. So you have children watching The Flash like, why is Iris going off on him? He's being a superhero. She's such a bitch. Like, when you don't even understand what relationships really are. Relationships are 50-50. It takes two. Okay, so it goes to Wally and Joe, and they at this little girl house. I feel like her name Ashley, so I'm gonna just call her Ashley. Dang, it's dark in here. I just feel like her name, I'm trying to find the light. I just feel like her name is Ashley, so I'm gonna just call her Ashley. But yeah, and then Kilgore, he come and he overdosed her on insulin, and so Wally come and he like, oh, glucose, blah blah blah, and he stabbed her with some glucose. Now this scene was funny. It was underrated to me, but I thought this scene was funny, so let's play. I'm getting cold now.
Traffic cameras, nothing.
We don't even know if Quan is still alive.
We gotta move fast. Where were you two?
Dry cleaners.
Cleaners. Dry cleaners.
Cisco, where are you with those biodigital antibodies?
I'm nowhere. Actually, no, you know what? I am somewhere. I'm in the doghouse, apparently. The pan-dimensional doghouse. I don't know if this doghouse has a door or a window. If it did, I'd be jumping out of it.
It's okay. I'll go talk to him.
She didn't know what to talk to.
Has everybody lost their minds?
Yeah, Joe, they lost their mind, Joe. Okay, and so Cisco and Gypsy get back on track, and she talking about, ooh, one day, it's like Valentine's Day, but it's not Valentine's Day. It's called one day when you be with the one that you love, or whatever she said. And she wanted to do some smoochy boochie woochie. And so he like, okay, girl, and then he figure out what's one me, and then he like, ooh, I figured it out. Now we're about to watch this sad little scene, but it's a good sad with Barry and Iris. Let's go.
Hey, I don't know why I thought that we didn't have to talk about what happened. You were so happy I was back.
I am happy. You're everything to me. Look, I had to explain to our friends and family why they had a save the date for our wedding, but no invitation. I had to constantly lie about why you were gone. You don't know the looks people gave me because they knew that wasn't the truth. You know, what they must have thought about us, what it made me think about us.
Iris, it's not like I wanted to leave you. I had to put on a brave face for everyone, but it was killing me inside. And I think part of why I didn't talk it through with you is I was afraid.
See? He was afraid.
You would tell me to stay, and I wouldn't have been strong enough not to.
Barry, how do you know what I'm gonna say if you don't ask me? I am here to help you.
True. All true.
You have to let me.
But sometimes it's not about us or the team. Sometimes the weight of the whole city falls on my shoulders, and it's up to me to carry it. I'm the Flash.
See, that's what you don't get. When I put this ring on my finger, it wasn't just about you or me anymore. It was about us. You are not the Flash, Barry. We are.
Guys.
I understand that. Technically, he the Flash, but I understood where she was going. I understood exactly where she was going with that. Like, you know, I get it. I get it. Okay, so Kilgore ended up taking Power Ranger Boy, and or whatever. And so Wally and Barry end up going. And I must say, I've noticed that, or maybe I'm gonna notice even more, that Kenan hasn't really said, he said about 10 things in this episode. Him and Caitlin, him and Danielle have said only a few, well, she's had more lines than him. She's had more dialogue than Kenan, but Kenan hasn't really had dialogue like that. I mean, the most dialogue he's had was when him and Joe were sitting in the car protecting Ashley, the girl with the millionaire girl. But he hasn't really had a lot to say, and Kenan was on a little break. He went to Japan or wherever he went, so I'm thinking that he might not be in most of these episodes coming up, like 3, 4, and 5. He might not be in those episodes because he didn't really have a lot to say in this episode. Episode 1, he said way more. He still didn't have like any big scenes besides the scene where he fought the Summeroid or pretended to be Barry. But other than that, he really didn't have anything. But yeah, Barry ends up he ends up apologizing to Iris, and he was like, please somebody help me, because Kilgore took over his body. He took over the suit or whatever, and the suit is nothing but technology now. And so Iris told him to throw a lightning bolt at himself, and he did, and then, it disarmed the suit, and it ended up getting Kilgore, and they beat the bad guy, blah, 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 blah. Cisco and Gypsy end up going on their little date, but the date is inside Star Labs. I did not like that one bit. I was like, they can't go out. They can't go out to eat or something like that, but it's okay, because Cisco works 24 hours. Like, this is his only job, so he has to be on it. So yeah, let them have the date at Star Labs. Okay, so Kilgore, they put Kilgore in Iron Heights prison, and so we're about to watch that scene right now.
This is cruel and unusual. How will I survive in here without my Kindle?
Who still uses a Kindle, you weird mother? I'm sorry, that was harsh. I'm sorry. But who still uses a Kindle?
Please.
That's fine. We just have one question for you. The particle accelerator explosion 4 years ago, you were living in Silicon Valley. So if you weren't here that night, how did you get your powers?
Oh, wow. Oh, you're not gonna believe it. It really was something, though. A real life changer. And do you two want to know the best part? I wasn't the only one.
Ooh! So good luck, gentlemen. I like his voice too. I'm just liking all these new characters' voices that we probably ain't gonna see ever again. I like the therapist's voice. I like Kilgore's voice. I like the Thinker's assistant's voice. I just like their voice. They just got nice voices. And that's that one dude, I just can't remember where he's from, but he's a well-known actor. Like, he's not a, okay, I'll say this. He's one of those well-known actors that only black people know. Like Ajane, I just know the girl name is Ajane. But she was in that movie, In Too Deep. Everybody, she's been in, like, Jay, you remember that girl Ajane from In Too Deep, and she in every black movie, but nobody know her name? But he like one of hers. Like, only black people know this actor because they only in black movies. Like when, like Cold, what's it called? Cold Black Productions. All the black movies used to come on Cold Black Productions. Or Lionsgate. But yeah, so it goes to the Thinker. I don't feel like watching the scene because it's creepy and it's scary and I don't like scary stuff. So it goes to the Thinker and he playing the piano and she talking about, oh, that's, and what's her name? Alex talking about, oh, that's my favorite song, sir. And he like, I know, I just learned it today. What do you think I was doing all day? And blah, blah, blah. And they was talking. But I like him. This is actually, besides Tom Cavanaugh's Reverse Flash, this is one of my favorite villains so far. And he ain't even doing anything and I already like him. I like him and I like that he has an assistant. I think that is so great. This is the quickest I ever finished a review just because the episode was so good. I give this episode an 8 out of 10, hands down. Great episode. Yeah, great episode. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, Man Crush Monday, Woman Crush Wednesday.
Got what you want.